What's up, YouTube? It's your boy NextGenNero back with another video, man. Another topic video, man. Gaming Talk with Nero, where we just cover some of the latest news going around in the gaming industry and just, kind of shorter format other than the podcast that I do every Saturday. Yo, man, there's always some dope news going on in gaming, and this week is no difference, man. So the first topic we got to start with is Pokemon Pokopia sold 2.2 million copies in just 4 days, man. I love to see it, man. I love to see single player games thrive, no matter the platform, whether it's an Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. I'm sick of all the live service slop that's thrown in our face, high guard and shit like that flopping. So when you see a good single player game, and I believe this has co-op aspects as well, so it's not just single player, but you guys know what I'm getting at. It's really dope to see this game sell so well, and to me the most impressive thing about this is the install base. The Switch 2 haven't been out a full year, and this is a Switch 2 exclusive, so seeing it sell this well, I have to tip my hat to Nintendo and the team over there. Got this game out the door, and it seems to be a hit. And this is just another blow to the people that be like, oh well, exclusives don't matter, exclusives don't sell consoles. You are a fucking liar. You are delusional, and that is top tier cope, because whatever you dick ride may not have exclusivity, right? Let me tell you something. The amount of people I have seen in my Twitter feed and just online in general picking up Switch 2s just to play this new Pokemon Pokopia game, and this is not even one of the mainline games, and it's moving Switches out the door. That is very impressive to me, man. And like I said, so a game I love from Sony, something like Astrobot, that took like weeks and a month to probably hit these sell numbers. So the fact that this game is doing it on a way smaller install base, it was about 70 million PS5s out there when Astrobot dropped. And I'm only mentioning Astrobot to show the stark difference between how Nintendo fans show up to support their games, and sometimes the PlayStation sell numbers don't match the attach rate out there. It's easy to brag about how many consoles is being sold, but then when you look at the games that's being sold alongside with them, it leaves a lot to be desired. I am Team Astrobot. I love that game. I platinumed it. I love all the DLC that Team Asobi, I think, gave with this. Like, it's a fantastic game. Go play Astrobot if you haven't. But back to Pokopia, because that is the topic. It's really good to see these games sell well, man. I definitely plan on picking it up. This will be my first Pokemon game. Yes, I know that's crazy, but this will be my first Pokemon game along with Wind Waves next year. I want to pick that up as well. So yeah, man. Are you guys excited? Do you guys plan on checking this out, man? It's huge, man. That I think it sold like 500 something K physical copies alone in Japan. So yeah, man, really successful game. Nintendo has another hit on their hands, and really Nintendo is really putting belt to ass to the rest of these gaming companies when it comes to just the quality of their games. Stuff like Hyrule Warriors, Metroid Prime, Donkey Kong Bonanza, just the Switch 2 updates and stuff like that. It's been great, man. It's been a real good time. I'm enjoying my Switch 2. It's one of my favorite consoles I've owned, right up there next to the PS5 Pro this gen. I'm really having a great time. So the next thing I got to talk about is Project Helix. The next gen Xbox has been revealed and announced. Well, it hasn't been revealed as far as like the full specs or the way it's going to look or anything like that, but they did have a GDK conference today, and it pretty much confirmed that it's going to be a PC hybrid, which I think is pretty cool. I'm a console gamer first and foremost, always will be, never won't be. And if I wanted a PC, I probably would have had one by now. I would have just simply built one or bought a pre-built one, but I just don't care. My whole life has been invested in consoles. That's where all my money has been spent. That is where most of my library is at. So that's where I'm gonna continue playing for the most part. But the fact that Xbox is bringing a console to me, I think that is very dope. Okay, hold up, guys. They need to send me some help in here. What's going on? Sorry, guys. This Helldivers. I don't know why I choose this game of all games to be what I use for my topic videos, but I just fucking love this game, man. I feel like I can just play it and chat, but these cyborgs and stuff, man, they are no fucking joke. Yeah, man, but I'm excited for the next gen Xbox. I think they sending the developer kits out next year, 2027 confirmed. So maybe we'll get the full release around that same year, maybe later that year, or maybe early 2028 or late 2028. I'm not really in a rush for next gen. I feel like, you know, COVID has messed up the sense of time for a lot of us. This gen is the normal length of a gen. You know, 8 years is how pretty much every generation goes. But, you know, with COVID, a bunch of delays, a lot of games always being pushed back and stuff like that. Damn, I just came back in. Where's my teammates at? Didn't I call it SOS speaking? Look how he's standing over me, man. I hate these guys, man. These undemocracy hating sons of fucking... But yeah, anyway, man, I didn't throw SOS beacon. That's crazy. One thing I'm gonna do is take this damn tank out. But yeah, I'm excited for the next gen Xbox, man. I think it's gonna be dope. You know, I did like Phil and Sarah. I really like the energy. But it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, where Xbox go from here. I'm not one of those guys that just want any console to fail. I want them to thrive and survive, man. So the fact that Xbox is doing something different, and this seems to be, damn, they are trying to set me up. Yo, I'm happy. What the fuck? Yo, I'm happy you guys are seeing this, bro. That is crazy. But yeah, this mission might be a GG, boys. I might be done, might be cooked. Fuck it, though. I'm going out with a bang. Hey, we got a teammate coming in. Ugh. Yeah, we got a lot of teammates coming in. Whole squad. Leave me alone, you coward. But yeah, man, I'm excited for it. You know, I like a lot of the things I'm hearing about, like, you know, game preservation and them trying to improve your older library of games. I'm always pro that. I think it would be really dope if PlayStation somehow with the PlayStation 6 was able to, you know, run all of your classic PlayStation games. I don't see that happening, but the fact that Xbox are doing that, I think that should be commended. You know, I don't think a lot of people give them credit for their stellar backwards compatibility, but I'm excited for it, man. You know, we'll see. The PlayStation 6, shout out to Moore's Law is dead. He's you know, one of these spec leakers for these consoles. So, man, this next Xbox is going to be a beast. It's going to be more powerful than the PS6 for sure, but it's also going to cost more, man. We're looking at maybe $1,000+ console, probably higher than that, you know, according to the specs. Maybe like $1,200, $1,300. If it's $999, I think that'd be awesome. It'll be super dope if Xbox just eat the loss and try to keep it at like $799, $899, something like that. You know, that'd be very pro-consumer, and I think that'll win a lot of people back over. But we'll have to see how it all plays out. But I'm definitely interested to see. Damn, man, we just felt the mission, bro. No way. I blame you guys, YouTube. You know, me over here talking and shit like that. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the next gen consoles, man. I do wish they would come like in 2028, maybe 2029. I don't feel like we're in a rush for new consoles right now. If anything, you know, I think we need more optimization from these studios, especially with Unreal Engine 5. I think throwing a bunch of power at these problems with, you know, how game development be going is not the answer all the time. It's not going to fix everything, but, you know, we'll see, man. Now, last topic, you know, sticking to PlayStation, man, we got PSSR 2, another game confirmed to be using it, and that is Crimson Desert. I already have this game pre-ordered. I will put the specs chart up on the screen so you guys can see, but it's looking pretty good, man. So for the performance mode for the PS5, man, we got 4K upscale with PSSR 2, and that is going to be sitting at 60 frames per second, and it can go above 60 if you have a VRR display like myself, and it has high ray tracing. So that is dope for the performance mode. You know, let's start there. I'm really excited to hop into that. And, you know, Resident Evil Requiem is the other game that's using PSSR 2, and that game looks fantastic, and it's also using 1080p as a base resolution to upscale to 4K. So I'm all for that, to see, you know, how that look and how that turns out. You know, you got the balance mode using 1440p to upscale to 4K, 40 FPS, ray tracing high. Then the PS5 got a quality mode at 4K 30 with ultra ray tracing. So it'll be interesting to see how that one look. I won't be playing that. I'm not a fan of 30 FPS. You know, I didn't buy a Series X and a PS5 Pro to be playing 30 frames per second. Personally, that's just not me. It just don't feel good. You know, 60 FPS should definitely be the standard going forward. Now, when you compare that to base consoles, the Series X and the PS5 performance mode is going to be a native 1080p, 60 FPS with low ray tracing. The balance mode still has low ray tracing, but a little higher resolution at 40 frames per second. Then the quality mode has high ray tracing at locked at 30 frames per second. And the Series S, man, is definitely going to be looking like a potato. No shade to my Series S gamers, but this game specifically is not really looking the best for Series S gamers. It's sitting at a 720p resolution for performance, 40 frames per second. So not even a full 60 with no ray tracing at all. The quality, no ray tracing as well, 1080p, 30 FPS. But you know, that what comes with the Series S. When I had my Series S before I upgraded to my Series X back at launch, you know, I was pretty much okay with whatever I was getting. I kind of knew what to expect with my console. You kind of get what you pay for. This was a $299 console, but it's not $299 anymore, so I don't give it that same leeway and cop-outs due to, you know, tariffs and shit like that. But, you know, nonetheless, man, very, very solid specs across the board. I'm hearing this game scales really well across PC as well, so definitely stick around and check out my review for Crimson Fleet. I mean, not Crimson Fleet, but Crimson Desert. I'm thinking about the Crimson Fleet for Starfield. That's allegedly coming soon too, so I'm excited for that, if you can't tell. But yeah, man, you know, this is looking great, man. I'm waiting for the PSSR 2 toggle to come to the system. I am really impressed by a lot of PSSR 1 games, you know, stuff like Ghost of Yote and even, you know, GT7 with adding ray tracing at 60. A lot of games benefited from the first iteration of PSSR, and a lot of people call me crazy and delusional, but I was a day one PS5 Pro adopter, as I was with the PS4 Pro, as I was with the Xbox One X. I love a good mid-gen refresh when it's done right. Don't get me wrong. You know, I can appreciate them for what they do. You know, some other news to touch on, man. We definitely got news that Gears E-Day is still on the horizon and still being scheduled to come soon. So that's pretty good. I'm not mad at that. Damn, these guys been putting belt to me. And I just finished Resident Evil Requiem, guys. I got a review coming to the main podcast channel, and they'll be on this channel within the coming days as well. Absolute masterpiece. We have got some confirmed DLC to be coming there. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater has sold 2 million copies. I picked that up on sale over the holidays, but I am waiting for the PSSR 2 update to play it. But yeah, man, this has been Gaming Talk with your boy Nero, man. I appreciate everybody who watched this. You know, I'm still trying to come up with a title for this. It might not even be a title. It just might be Gaming Topics with Nero, man. You know, GTN, man. Gaming Talk with Nero, Gaming Topics with Nero, however you want to call it, man. Damn, bro. I was about to try to do some cool shit and get rid of this guy, but I guess not. Yeah, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, man. Trying to keep it gaming around here with some topics coming through. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying to do this more often, hopefully once a week if I can be consistent. Hit that like button, subscribe, and if you like Helldivers like I do right here in this background, man, hey, add me. Get out here. The fight for democracy never ends. Look at these guys. Look what they're doing to me. Look at what they're doing to me. You guys gonna let me suffer like this? Not cool. Not cool, guys. Get out here, fight for democracy. Hit that like button. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.